Well, good morning and welcome back to another video. So it has been a few weeks since I've last been out and we're now in 2024. So today I've came to a different venue, which is on another ticket I have, and it's called Mill Lodge. Now Mill Lodge is part of the Carp Society here in Northern Ireland, and they have about 6 waters. And it's been a little while since I've been on this one, to be honest with you. I think the last time I was here was probably back end of summer, maybe September. But when you arrive on the lake, there's a wee login book where you have to sign in and out, and people will report note down their captures on there. Now looking through the book, it seems to be there's been not a lot out, to be honest. There's been the odd fish here and there, but not a great deal, to be honest. So bearing that in mind, I've just went in with, as always, the crayfish mini mix pellets from DNA. Each rod I've got on a different coloured hook bait. I've went in with one on a PB wafter, one on a pink pearl, and I've got one on a white bug wafter. So I think the plan for today will be to stay mobile potentially, definitely keep the rods moving about in the water I've got in front of me, just to see if we can find them and maybe nick a bite. Say the lake I'm on, it's not massive, it's about 3 acres in size, and it's got a lot of dot islands, channels and different things going on, bits of weed. So I'll spin you around later on, you can have a look at that, but I think for now I'm just going to sit back and watch the water a bit and see if we can find where these fish are. It's been about an hour and a half, maybe pushing 2 hours since I've been here this morning, and it's been absolutely quiet. The rod's away. So I was just saying that I was giving it about 45 minutes in this swim before pulling the rods out and going for a walk, just to have a look around the lake to see if I could find anything to go on. Just as I'd said that, the left hand rod pulled up and it was away. So I've now got a lovely little comment in the net. So I'm going to get that rod redone, because where there's one, chances are there's going to be 1 or 2 more, so there could be a chance of another bite. So I'm going to get this rod redone quickly, get the fish out and we'll have a look at it. Now that left hand rod's back out there, I'll have a little look at this common. So it's nothing massive by any means, but it's the first fish of 2024. And to be honest with you, it was just really good to see that bob and pull up and that rod bend round. So I say I'm going to get this one back. The rod is back out there, and where there's one, there's usually more. So fingers crossed we'll nick another one. So it was really good just to get off the mark there with that first fish, and the first fish of 2024. So although it was nothing massive, it was just really good to see that bob and pull up and that rod tip pull round. So where I am today, the fish are a lot bigger in here usually than what I've been catching on the club lake. So, and speaking about the club lake, I have been back there. I just never got around to filming that session. It was a very busy session, had lots of fish. Probably pushing double figure fish in about 6 hours, 5-6 hours fishing. I have got a couple of little clips there that I'll overlay on this for you to see. It's just a couple of nice fish that I had. I think I managed to record a little bit on. What I'm doing today is tactics are very similar to what I've been doing on the local club water, and that is those mesh bags of the crayfish mini mix. The only difference is today that I've got 3 rods on 3 different coloured hook baits. One is a white bug wafter, which is what done the fish. I've got one on a pink pearl, and my last one's on a PB. Again, they're all the small wafters that DNA do. What I'm going to do now is get the kettle out, make myself a coffee and just sit back and chill out for a little while. That left hand rod is back out there and fishing, so fingers crossed it'll go again. My middle and right hand rod, they have been a little bit quiet, so I think I'll give it another 45 minutes to an hour and I'll reposition them. And I'll probably try a different sort of area of the water that's in front of me just to see if we can nick another bite and get the other 2 rods going. But either way, I'm happy to be off the mark for 2024. So I'm going to get this coffee on and I'll chat to you in a bit. The sun's just came out and it feels more like spring than it does January. It's really nice just to be sat out and feeling that little bit of heat. So we're about 30 minutes on from putting that fish back and I haven't seen or received any further indication. So I think what I'm going to do is get that middle rod and right hand rod in and we'll reposition them somewhere. My left hand rod, I think it's just over my shoulder this way. There's a big weed bed that sits along this bank. There's a couple of little pockets where you can drop a rig into. I think that's what I'm going to do with my right hand rod, and I'm not quite sure what to do with the middle. There is a channel just out in front of me here. I may put one over there for an hour or so just to see, but we're definitely going to get that middle right hand rod wound in and repositioned. That's the middle and right hand rod repositioned. It's been about 45 minutes an hour, so I think my plan now is I'm going to try another area of the lake. So I'm going to get these rods wound in, get everything packed up, and I'm going to head potentially up to the top end, but I'll go have a wee look before I decide what swim. Okay, so the move has now been done and I found myself on the opposite side of the lake. Whenever I came around here earlier, there's a couple of little bridges you pass over and I definitely spooked something on that side. There is a bit of a snaggy tree down there, so I've got one just tucked underneath that. So fingers crossed there's still a fish or two about. Middle rod, again, just on the left hand side there's a channel and that actually leads to the same body of water I was on earlier. So I've just put one down there, and then further to my left I have another channel which leads to another body of water. I've just positioned that one down that side. And again, all 3 rods exactly the same as what I was doing before. 3 different coloured hook baits in those mesh bags of that crayfish mini mix pellet. I've about 2 hours left, I think. I'll probably give it to about 4 o'clock before I have to head off. But it's been nice to get out. It was definitely nice to get that fish first thing this morning. Been in the new swim for probably 45 minutes to an hour, and as you can probably tell, nothing's happened. I think I've possibly ruined it for myself, to be honest, when I crossed that bridge and spooked that one, but it is what it is at the end of the day. So we managed to get out for a day's fishing and got the first fish of 2024. Although small, a bite is a bite, and I'm more than happy with that, to be honest. So I think what I'm going to do now is have a slow pack down, get everything away that I can get away, and obviously leave the rods last minute. So fingers crossed in the last hour one of those rods will pull up tight. Just thought I would take a minute to talk about what my plans are for this year and what I hope to bring to the channel. So obviously I'll continue to do these videos on my fishing at home. They will be the shorter videos, and then there'll be the return to guys back to Oxford, and I cannot wait to get back on there. My first session on there this year will be coming up in March, which is only a couple months away, so keep your eye out on the channel for that one. Planning 4 trips on there this year, and there'll also be a couple of sessions on Stan Lake Lagoon fishery. So in terms of the syndicate, there's a few targets that I would like to catch still, which is, it's difficult for me to call them targets in a way, because I'm travelling from Belfast, but my style of fishing is to fish for bites. And the way I look at things is, the more bites I get, eventually one of the ones I want will come along. So I'm really looking forward to getting back on there this year. Right, unfortunately we have run out of time, and that is me for another video. Never did manage to pick up that second fish, and I definitely think I ruined my chances crossing that bridge and spooking that one, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Just want to say a massive thank you to anybody who's watched the video and subscribed to the channel. It really does mean a lot. I'm going to get these rods wound in, and I will see you on the next one.